right. Well, thank you for the brief intermission and the adjustment there. We're going to go ahead and continue moving. So this first session is focused on basic gardening, and this came really from a desire from the survey that we took at one of our previous sessions, that people had interest in being able to grow their own food. And so our very own Sister Cora is going to take us through a lot of good information. So over to you.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. How are you? Good. So I'm just going to stand up a little bit. Okay. All right. All right. Cost-effective gardening. All right. So cost-effective gardening in Michigan. These are some things that we need to know, especially with things that's taking place in just the world today. We know that a lot of things are getting ready to take place, and things are happening right now, as far as food and cost and things like that. So more a cost effective way to feed our families is what we need to focus on. I think for this time. So it reads, plant directly in the ground rather than building raised beds. Um, Reason why I put that there is because sometimes we can use raised beds, but it takes up most of the land, most of the plot of the land. Um, Instead of doing that, you can plant in rows, you can plant in buckets, you can plant like just directly in the ground, and it'll give you more room for different things to grow. Use expensive seed packets. Use of inexpensive seed packets instead of buying seedlings. And I want to show you guys that I bought some seedling packets here. You can get these at the hardware store. You can get these at Meijer. You can get these basically anywhere. This right here was just $2.99. You can get them while they're available. All right. Another thing that I wanted to share with you, start with low-cost soil. Test from Michigan State University Extension. That's a site that you can click into. They teach you how to plant things low cost. Avoid avoid tilling by layering organic matter overall the soil. Use mulch to reduce watering and suppress weeds. That's so that you don't have to water often. Yeah, the mulch is what will protect the seed. The mulch is also going to water the seed, so you don't have to water so much. Site selection, soil prep. Soil testing determines nutrient levels, pH balance, or organic matter needs. Choosing a location that is full sunlight, access to water, and easy to maintain. Prepping the ground. Remove grass by hand clearing or covering with cardboard or mulch. No-till gardening saves money, improves long-term soil health, and reduces labor compared to rotating. Raised beds versus in-ground. In-ground planting is the lowest option and best for beginners. Raised beds can be helpful in clay-heavy soil, and can be low cost if built with salvage or free wood. With salvage or free wood. So sourcing plants and materials on a budget. Seeds. So you buy seed pockets for about $1 to $2, which I just showed you all. Start seeds indoors for earlier harvest and for better use of Michigan's shorter grow season. I do want to show you guys that for the grow season, you can plant your seeds in the house. This right here is in a peat pellet. And a peat pellet, just going to open it up, comes in a box like this. It looks like this. You wet it, and you wait for it to absorb all the moisture. And when it absorbs all the moisture, you get this. You plant your seed in the middle of it. It already has like a little divot inside. You put your seeds in the middle of it. You just cover it just very lightly, and you water it, put it in the sun. These took me about 2, maybe 3 weeks to grow. All right, and then for free community resources, look for seed swaps and community garden programs, local extension programs, and food assistance garden incentives such as Double Up Food Bucks. This is clickable, so when you go into the PowerPoint, you'll be able to see what's in there. Organic materials, use homemade compost from vegetable scraps like coffee grounds and yard waste. You can also use, and that's not up here, but you can also use eggshells. Obtain free mulch from wood chips, straw, or tree service drop-offs. So whenever you mow your lawn, you can also use that to incorporate into your garden. Planting strategies. Timing. Plant after the first frost mid-late May. Space management. This is important. Use efficient layouts like square foot gardening, small raised beds, and keyhole garden designs. The reason why you don't want them so close together is because of the root system of the plant. All right, crop selection. Focus on productive crops suited in Michigan's climate. So cool season crops are collards, spinach, and carrots. Warm season crops are tomatoes, peppers, and beans. Watering in the morning. Mulch heavily to reduce evaporation and watering frequency. Soil improvement, add organic matter directly into the planting holes and around other established plants. Long-term fertility, rotate crops yearly, use cover crops in off-season, and continue adding compost annually. So cost-saving summary, cheapest method, in-ground planting with seeds, compost, and mulch. Main savings come from avoiding raised bed construction, using free organic materials, leveraging local programs and extension services, and best long-term strategy, improve native soil gradually while growing each season. So just want to touch on the soil again. So I just give you for instance, last year I grew potatoes in my garden. And potatoes, they took a lot of the nutrients out of the ground, so you have to replenish the soil. You know, you can add the compost like I mentioned, the eggshells like I mentioned. You have to turn the soil, like till the soil, like turn it, so that way the soil that's around it can re-neutralize that. There's also, like, they have different things that you can put in the ground that will fertilize the soil. I just brought one thing. This is good too, like when you are gardening, herb and vegetable food. You can use this also, like for the nutrients of the ground when you are gardening your plants. And just wanted to touch on this too. This is a pot, but it's water soluble, so like it'll dissolve once you put it in the ground. You want to put your pot, I put my peat pellets. You can put this whole thing in the ground. So when you put your peat pellet, this right here, you can put this in here with some soil. And once it matures and it grows to a bigger length, this right here will get bigger, and you can actually pot these within a pot, and then you can put it in the ground. And the root system grows through this as it gets wet. All right. So right now I'm holding in my hand a sweet banana pepper. Yeah, that's what this is. And I got different ones up here, so you can feel free to come and take a look. Sweet banana peppers. This one right here is a sweet, canyon red pepper. mustard greens. They're not hard to grow. You just have to take time. This one with the vine, these are sweet peas. This one's a watermelon. It still has the seed. It's still coming out of the seed. I just left that on there so you guys could see that. Yep. And obviously, onion. And all you have to do with the onion, this is store-bought onion. And all you have to do with the onion, you see that it has a root system on the bottom? You could put this in a plate with some water, and just the onion's root just needs to touch it. And you just sit it in the water in front of a window with some light, and it'll start growing like this. Okay. Cost-effective alternatives to commercial fertilizer. Alternatives to commercial fertilizers for garden growth. Commercial fertilizers can be expensive. There are natural fertilizers that can be used to improve soil health and plant growth at lower cost. Natural fertilizer alternatives. So you have compost made from kitchen scraps such as vegetable peels and coffee grounds, enriches soil with nutrients. So with the vegetable peels, a lot of people like to use the banana peel. Banana peel has a lot of nutrients in it, so when you put your seeds in the ground, you can put that banana peel in the ground before you do that, and it'll feed the seed. All right. Manure, best one, well-aged herbivore manure example. Cows, horses provide natural nutrients. Eggshells, I mentioned this earlier. So eggshells, you can crush them and mix them into soil and add calcium for plant development. Coffee grounds. So after you brew your morning cup, set it aside, and you can reuse that spent coffee grounds. Add nitrogen. It adds nitrogen and improves soil structure. I just mentioned the banana peel. So banana peels, rich source of potassium, can be buried directly or steeped into a banana peel tea. So just like how you would steep a regular tea, you can steep a banana peel, and you can enrich your teas with that. So made, this is like a fish paste. It's made and is diluted. Like if you know somebody who fishes, or you just skinned something, you just, filleted something, you can take the scraps of it, and it provides a broad range of nutrients also. That's just a compost method as well. You can use hardwood trees, it adds potassium and minerals, especially helpful for tomatoes and peppers. So that's like, you say you using a fire pit. I don't know if anybody uses fire pit here. But you can take that and you can use that, the soot and ash from that. Epsom salt, mixed with water as a solution, helps correct magnesium deficiency. You can dilute it before use, encourages beneficial soil microbes. Seaweed can be used as mulch, supplies trace minerals and nutrients. So conclusion, natural fertilizers reduce gardening costs. These alternatives improve soil fertility. They help create a healthy, nutrient-rich environment for plants. So composting on a budget, sustainable gardening. So summary of the topics is composting 101. What to compost, what not to compost, budget-friendly composting methods, and maintaining and using compost. All right, what is composting? Composting is the natural breakdown of organic materials into nutrient-rich soil amendment. What is the purpose of composting? Composting recycles household and yard waste, creates natural fertilizer, and improves overall garden productivity. What are the benefits of composting? Composting environmentally reduces household waste, decreases landfill use, and lowers disposal costs in your garden, and it improves soil fertility, increases moisture retention, and supports stronger plant growth. What to compost versus what not to compost. So, do compost all vegetables, all fruit, bread and baked goods, beans, lentils, and nuts, pasta, rice, and other grains, coffee grounds and tea leaves, eggshells, plant trimmings. Provides nitrogen rich green materials like vegetables, scraps, glass clippings, and coffee grounds. Grass clippings. Carbon rich brown materials like dry leaves, cardboard, and paper. That's what you can compost. All right. What you do not want to compost. All compostable packaging. Yeah. Tea bags, rubbish like plastic bags, plastic, anything. Liquids and oils, meats and fish, except for that the slurry I told you about. Dairy, eggs, and pet poop. Dairy products, meat scraps, fish scraps, oily foods. These items attract pests, cause odors, and slow decomposition. All right. Backyard pile. So budget-friendly composting methods for a backyard pile. Simplest option, no purchase required. Best for larger spaces. DIY compost bin. So you can use, they have like a little crate on here, but you can use a bucket and you can cover it with the lid and it's less smelly, less stinky. Made with wooden pallets, plastic storage bins, or repurposed containers. Vermicomposting uses specialized earthworms to break down scraps, small space, and indoor friendly. That's for somebody who don't like bugs. I don't like bugs. Maintaining and using compost. So one, turning. Turn regular. Heard that. Turn regularly for airflow. Two, moisture. Keep damp, but not soaking wet. Temperature. Monitor heat for proper decomposition. Utilization in soil. Mix into garden beds. And mulch. Add to planting holes. Resources for further learning. So we have books, Let It Rot and Compost City. The Environmental Protection Agency, Composting Guide. And these are some hyperlinks that you can click into to get this information. Michigan State University free online master course, community programs, and garden co-ops. So let's discuss. Anybody have any questions?
So all of this stuff, basically, you can just get that stuff from like Myers, or what's the best places to get your equipment for those?
So I shop around.
Okay.
This I got from Ace Hardware,
Okay.
right? The seeds I got from Ace Hardware, the peat pellets I got from Ace Hardware, the organic tone I got from Ace Hardware. The rest of this stuff right here, not the cups here. I got these from Meyer, and the peat pellets I believe I got those from Meyer as well. But they have like different quantities that you can get. Some of these, like this one right here, it has a quantity of 36, so you can buy these, and it has like a little greenhouse already. It's basically a plastic container, but it has these in there, and I think it has like 27 to 38 or something like that already like packaged. Yeah. And what I did with these, how I like to grow mine, I like to grow them in egg cartons first. So y'all just seeing these right here. But what I did was I took a 24 carton egg container and put like 24 of these in there and put 24 different plants. I closed it up and I put it by I watered it and I put it by the window and they started to grow. And as they grow, you'll start to see like the shoots come up. And if you see them start to touch the top, then it's time for them to come out because you don't want them to bend because they will break because they're so tender. Um, yeah, these don't. It's not a lot. They don't cost a lot. They're
How
very
much
cost
should they
effective.
cost?
Offhand, I can't remember like the cost because it's different every place you go. But these pellets, I believe I paid for this maybe $8, something like that. Same with these. They're not expensive at all. And I already told you, like with the seeds, this one's $2.46. There's basically less than $3. $2.99, $2.49. So they're not a lot. And all of these are different ones. Like these are the peas that you see growing right here. These are the peas. Then I have celery. If you like fruit, I advise growing fruit because you can can it. Melon. And this is carrot. Yep. And then I do advise too, like if you have like potatoes, like you get a bag of potatoes from the store and you like sit them in like a cool, dry place. Like you could put them under the counter cabinet and let them sit there, let them bud. And when they start to bud, you can take that bud and you can put it in the ground and it'll give you a harvest of potatoes. Yeah.
The whole potato or just
Uh,
the whole?
You can do a whole potato, or like a lot of people like to cut where the bud comes up. If the bud comes up, you just like kind of cut underneath. Don't cut the bud off, but underneath, like in the flesh, and put it right in the ground. Yep. Water it, watch it. It'll grow.
So, what is the approximate time from like planting to you actually have something eatable?
For this right here, I believe it would be um, which one is this? This one's the hold on. I can actually because on these packets it tells you as well. Okay. Days to germination. These are the carrots. 8 to 12. Planting depth is a fourth to a half inch. Plant spacing is 3 inches. Spacing rows 15 inches. Days until harvest 60 to 70 days. So these will tell you because all of them are different of how long it'll take to grow and how to harvest them, when to harvest them. And this right here, just want to put that in there. It'll help them grow bigger, longer, stronger.
Okay, so I just had a couple questions. So one would be, what is the best time of the year to plant?
Hmm.
And then the second question would be, are any of them annuals?
So I wouldn't call them annuals because you want to know if they come back. Those are like tomatoes. Tomatoes like to come back. Like the cherry tomatoes, those are really good. They like to come back. They're almost invasive. They'll grow out of the pot. Um, so this I don't think any of these are annuals. And then what was the other?
What is the best time of the year to plant?
Okay, so best time of year to plant is varies on what you're growing. You always want to grow after the first frost. Yep. Because the reason why you're doing that, once you put your plants out there and that frost get it, it's gonna be done. Yeah, it can't grow after that. Yep, you can start growing right
May.
now after the first frost.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Like the greens were like in the earlier like springtime, right?
I'm sorry.
I think you had mentioned on one of the slides it tells you the times to grow different vegetables.
Yeah.
On there.
Yep. They do. Yep, and they give you other information too, like a lot of helpful information on how to grow your food, where you can go get seeds, all of that stuff
So it
in your
says
neighborhood.
mid-May right here.
Yep.
To start. And then
So it would be like I would say springtime. Yeah, like, so in the spring, so after the first frost, so basically winters should be over. So it'll be first spring. So it do say like mid to mid late May. So around now, you would want to start.
so let me clarify that. Sorry.
Go ahead. No.
So the warm season crops, tomatoes, peppers, and beans are best to grow right now because we're getting ready to go into summer. We're in spring, getting ready to go to summer. So grow those things now.
Now.
And then start my cool crops, collards, spinach, carrots, when?
Okay. So cool season crops would be like anywhere from like August, somewhere around there.
In the fall.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah. But you could still grow them now. You could still grow them now because of the climate that we live in. Michigan is like iffy. So you could still put them in the ground and they'll grow, but certain seasons they just grow better. They grow best.
I have a question. So, like this year, a lot of people planted, vegetables, fruits, and even flowers. Then a frost hit, and a lot of people got wiped out. Is there a way to, if you know there's going to be a frost coming, is there a way to protect it?
Yes. So they do have like greenhouses. You can create a greenhouse to put your things in. Otherwise, you would have to get like there's it's a cloth that you could put over your plants. It's felt or something like that, but you put it over the plant when you know it's going to be cold outside. Because what the plant will do once it gets too cold, it wilts. And just like if you put it in the fridge, it's going to wilt, and then it won't grow anymore because basically you've killed it. So a greenhouse, I would say a greenhouse. There's you can cover it up with a bucket. Like anything that will protect the plant. Anything that will protect the plant from getting exposed to the frost. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Protect from animals and insects. Well,
So
same thing.
so some pests don't like certain plants. Like you can plant, let's see, herbs next to some of your vegetables. Let's see, they don't like spicy ones. The things that would be hot, like I have peppers. They don't like oregano. Certain flowers, I believe it's marigolds. They don't like that. You can plant flowers in between your crops, right? And they don't like that because if they eat it, it's almost like it leaves a nasty taste in their mouth. Somebody else?
Does anybody, you or anyone else know something is there anything you can put on, like you probably don't want to put it on your plants, but like in your soil that would keep the pests from coming around? Because they smart.
Oh, pests are smart. Yes, they are.
So like they'll figure out that, oh, those peppers, let me go on this side,
You can fence it in. Yeah. You do have rodents that are very smart and they will get around that, but that the deterrent is to find a plant that they don't like and plant it around whatever you're trying to protect. Yeah. Because if they nibble on that, more than likely it's going to deter them from wanting to eat more. And if you want to protect it though, and you want to build something that's in ground, a raised bed, that deters them too. but it just takes up more of your land. So you can do that too. All right. Thank you, guys.
All right. So I know. All right. I know we took an early break, but there are some refreshments back there. I know there's not a whole bunch of us, but if we did want to take just a 5-minute intermission so we can transition to the next session, we're going to talk about canning and food preservation. And then we'll be wrapping this thing on up. So in the kitchen, there are some refreshments for you.